Cinema Falado, Fernando speaking. Making movies is about translating senses and feelings into images. This is why everyone who enjoys cinema can usually identify a certain director's work by their typical devices and visual styles. Therefore, these elements are commonly remembered because they are loaded with typical visual choices of the spotlighted directors, bringing up scenography, production design, sound effects, and so on. But making movies is not only about choosing what's in the shot, but what was left out of it. And that raises up the question, how to choose what's in and what's out? Well, that's something that we're going to talk about now, so are you
ready? Ready doesn't even fucking describe it!
Great. So, when planning a shot, the director must work with the camera's field of view, what means choosing what's going to be shown. But that also requires the obvious need to choose what's not in the frame. Clearly, this is not a recent question. When cinema was first originating the so-called first cinema, the clipping was theatrical. The distance of the camera was similar to the distance of the crowd of the theater stage. It was in the mid-1910s that things began to change and the directors realized the need of clipping to emphasize things that were difficult to notice from a distance. Thanks to Griffith, a language that trains space and makes decisions arises. What appears and what does not appear. This results in plans based on the human body moving us away or near the film itself.
Who's that stumbling around in the dark? State your business or prepare to get winged.
But curiously, this feature can also assume a subjective role, emotionally moving away.
Would you really feel any pity if one of those dots stopped moving forever?
Or approaching. That's why it became extremely effective when assuming a symbolic role, like the lack of attention of a father.
Sweet little boy. That's what boys do.
Or highlighting, well, an absurd. So the clipping always assumes a fact. What is not seen is also supposed. For example, in this scene, we have the sensation of a huge aircraft invasion, but this occurs precisely because of the expression on the character's eyes. We see a few planes in the clipping, but those we can see are more eye-catching to them, suggesting a greater magnitude of which is not shown. The effect of clipping is so useful that sometimes it's made in the editing phase, highlighting simultaneity.
Hello. Hello, sir. This is Captain Sharp.
You're thinking of juggling two chicks?
Not even.
Well, you should break up with your fake high school girlfriend.
Wait, who told you?
Wallace, duh.
He's not even conscious.
Or maybe purely emphatic. And this is not limited to the camera cut itself. Even the acting space of the characters can be reframed and cut by scenography
Jim
elements.
knows he was there. This is preposterous.
Robert.
Let's get Jim in here.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just need to get through. Just real quick. Okay.
It creates depth layers or hides and then reveals. For example, on this scene from We Need to Talk About Kevin, the character is being inspected before entering a prison cell, so we have a time jump from present to past. What the clipping tells us here? Two moments are connected by a simple premise. In the past, Eva was pregnant of a child very similar to her. Therefore, we will say that she was doubled. In the present, everything changed radically, and the Doors assumes the role of cropping the image, and Eva is now half of what once she was. Isn't that poetic? In the end, this is what cinema is, a clipping not only time-wise by the editing, but also for what is shown or not. And this decision is not limited to give preference what's shown instead of what's occult, because the hidden sometimes means more than what meets the eye.